daughter's hears of my success, perhaps I'll be promoted.
The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased, and your interjection isn't improving his mood.
What? Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here.
The Magister glances around the cells, before ripping the keys from his belt and casting them aside.
This isn't the divine order I signed up for. Not anymore. I'm done.
What's this? I found something.
Hail, darling. Call me Dorothea.
She draws close. You feel her breath on your neck, hot, moist.
Oh, yes. I have something that you want. But I only bargain with those I deem deserving. Those who have accomplished great things. So, tell me, are you worthy of my gift? Love. I must consider your merits before I answer your questions. Why, I wouldn't tease you with a gift I could never offer. You don't think me cruel, do you? Indeed. This is acceptable. You are nearer the one than most self-described heroes I've known. So, tell me, are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? I can't. Not yet. First, you must look into my ring and tell me what you see there. Gaze into the gem, my lovely.
She flashes her ring at you, and you stare at the luminescent stone at its center. You are floating on a current of pure source, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors and fuzzy images. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you...
Yes, I see you clearly now. It is immortality you desire, as do we all. It's not something I can give, but I can give you the breath of life. In return, I ask for one courtesy. A kiss. A kiss. Most delicious. Meet me around the corner, and come alone. An audience is not required.
Dorothea sees you and heaves a shuddering sigh. She bites into her lower lip with enough force that a drop of blood seeps out. Blood and something else. Something green.
Darling, I admit I wish we could share more carnal pleasures. Yet I think a kiss is the height of intimacy. Now come closer and receive your soul's desire.
You draw closer and close your eyes, eager to feel her lips on yours. Yet her lips do not press against yours, and her hands do not caress your face. She is a woman no longer, but a were-spider. Her fang painlessly sinks into your neck. You still hear her words, though they sound muffled, as if filtered through a glass wall.
I can't give you endless life. Instead, take this phoenix idol. Keep it on you. Should you die, the idol will resurrect you. You can cheat death once this way. We part ways now. I'll remember this moment. You've seen my true self. There's nothing more to know.
She kisses her forefinger, then presses it against your forehead.
Now go.
do you want? Boss is busy.
We don't want to hurt you, Marla.
Good. Boss could use some good news. Listen up. Don't waste his time. These are explosive times. Be respectful.
Not no more she ain't.
brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my own. This?
He lifts his right arm, showing a white bandage beneath his ribs. A wet red spot shows through.
This ain't the thanks I expected. Who sent you?
The formidable dwarf slams his fist on the side table. You hear a loud crack.
Enough! Do you know they killed Anna? Do ya? Start talking sense or I'll take that tongue right out of your mouth and fry it for supper. Barbed. Cade. Get her to talk or bleed her out. She ain't one of mine anymore.
His sneer travels from the restrained dwarf to you.
And you. You better have a damn good reason for coming here.
Tell the truth now.
Brave lass. Waltzing in here now. I hope for your sake you've got good news for me.
You're making this much harder than it needs to be.
You came into my house, bub, not the other way around.
He winces loudly and holds a hand to the bandage on his side. The large red spot in its center has grown larger and wetter.
Family dispute. Lucky for me, she caught an old wound. Scar slowed down the knife. So, how'd you make it out of Fort Joy? I've got to say I'm impressed. I love a good story. Here's one I heard lately. A group of strangers landed on the beaches outside town. Meister Seaver's people. You one of her little seekers? Chasing down Godwoken and begging them to save us all?
You're making this much harder than it needs to be.
That's so.
He leans back and narrows his eyes, looking you up and down.
You know, the order's been going on about Godwoken for an eon now. Voidwoken's still lurking, though. And they're still hauling folks off to the Joy. So if you are who you say you are, what's the point of you?
You're making this much harder than it
Ah, I should have guessed. I could help you, but last I heard you was working for the Magisters. Big shots at the boats. Now, why in the name of all that hurts would I help a worm like that?
An unpleasant smirk twitches around the corners of his mouth.
Right. I reckon I could help you out, depending on what you can do for me.
We ain't gonna keep you around much longer.
He gestures towards the bandage across his side.
Had a bit of family trouble lately. My girl Marla got it in her head to come after me with a short blade.
I heard rumour more
That ain't like Marla. Ain't like her to pull the silent treatment either. Something's going on. And wouldn't you know it, that blade she used wasn't any normal bit of steel. Belonged to another of my people. Guy's name is Mordus. Bit of a loner, but smart as hell. I sent a few guys to go check on him, see if he knew what had got into Marla, but no one can find him. I'd like a word with the guy. That'd be up to him, wouldn't it? No one's seen him in a good few. I've got some people checking out his house near the tavern now, though. Tell them I sent you, and they'll let you know what they've found. Truth is, they might be glad to see you. Reckon a sorcerer will have better luck finding one of their own. Well, like I said, Mordus is a special guy. A sorcerer, matter of fact. Maybe even one of the ones Seaver's after. If there's something you want to find out from him, you might want to ask before I have my word with him. Good luck.
Move along, lady. This don't concern ya.
Step off, lest you want a taste.
The battered dwarf pulls her lips back into a garish, open-mouthed grin, flashing blood-stained teeth.
You want that? How you doing? You want us? How you doing?
I heard rumour Mordus is working for the Order. What say you?
Better get out there before Mordus makes it all the way.
You're one of us. How could you do it?
Tell the truth now. Who was it that said you?
You're one of us. How could you do it?
Do anything that will protect against bullfights.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by Seekers! Culprit still at large! Ain't this news? Fresh many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, the queen. What tickles your fancy? Seven save us. Stabbed in the back he was by them vile, low-born, treacherous Seekers. Kill them all, I say. Do them like Magister Raymond did old Lady Seaver. That'll teach them traitors. I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the Divine is dead. Gone. Who'll save us now? Ain't looking too good for them lizards. Word is, the Divine Order's going to hit the ancient empire and hit it hard. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one left standing when you treat them to death fog. Jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Ha! Scourge, more like. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. No one knows what they did wrong, if anything, and she has them stripped and whipped all the way to the execution grounds. Didn't even give them the dignity of a sword. No, ma'am. Had them all on. Real slow-like. You ask me, and I say she's mad as a mink with its tail on fire. Queen or no queen.
Be the place low hung? It looks unassuming enough.
The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for a corpse, were it not for a slight twitch of her eyelids. She calmly opens her left eye, then her right.
What do you want?
Nah, nice quiet spot for a dwarf to get some shut-eye.
The dwarf unfolds her arms and shoots to her feet.
All right, human. Right glad Lohar ain't left us here to wither. Those brutes are taking their sweet time down there. I gotta send word soon. Who knows? Anything that gives away what Mordus has been up to. Probably got all sorts of tricks for covering his tracks, but the goons downstairs should sniff out something. That weird priest's been hanging around Lohar for ages. Now he's vanished. Poof. Those half-wits below will know more. Get to it then. But tell the lunkheads that Glenna sent you before they bash your brains in.
You had to leave something behind, yeah?
Nothing useful, I'd say.
I've spotted something.
Won't matter either way, eh?
There we go. The door's opening.
Duna's dagger, Crimson Dragon. You here to free us or kill us?
The male dwarf expels 2 lungfuls of air and glances happily at his companion.
We've only been fretting here for a few hours, but it's felt like days. That snot-nosed priest's as slippery as a snake in an oil drum.
Ain't found nothing that lets on what Mortis is up to. Only thing we managed were to close that door and get us stuck. And if there's another door out there, never could find it.
Lohar ain't gonna be pleased.
Ain't no telling where that priest has gone to. Started acting all funny not so long ago, then flew the coop. Well, at first, he was just buddying around with Lohar and the rest, you know. But then he'd start looking all sickly and run off for a day or two. Then some stranger tried taking old Lohar down, but got himself caught and tied up. Ain't no coincidence Mortis went hanging around then.
She taps a finger against her forehead.
A woman knows things. Nothing's getting past me. Best we head off then. We've got business.
I've spotted something.
A skull? It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre. A skull? It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
A skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre. Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Well, this won't do. If I can get stuck, then I can get unstuck.
The shrine depicts Duna, yet has clearly seen better days. Scratches and fissures deface its exterior, and its eyes have been gouged hollow. Your words are swallowed by the chamber's thick air. The stone is cold against your palm. If this figure once held power, it has since been depleted. The shrine depicts Duna, yet has clearly seen better days. The stone is cold. Your words are swallowed by the The shrine depicts Duna. Your words are swallowed. The stone is The shrine depicts. Your words are swallowed. The stone is cold. This shrine to Duna may have been quite beautiful. Your words are swallowed by the stone is cold. This shrine to Duna may have been quite beautiful. The stone is cold. Your words are swallowed by the chambers.
Lohar will want to know of this.
You run your hands along the exterior until your fingers graze the button noted in the schematic. There's no mistaking the sound of stone chafing stone. This shrine to Duna, there's no mistaking the sound.
A skull? It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre. A skull? It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
Might as well have brought it when you get full. What's even the point?
I'm approaching. I'm approaching this the wrong way. I must be. Come on, damn you. Think.
With the dirty lizards and Joe's mum until you're cured.
Useless.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What are you doing, elf? Trying to get a drop on me? Sneak up and slit my throat? I'm no elf. Don't you call me that.
The elf glares and pulls aside his ragged red clothing. Beneath it, his chest is laced with a series of scars. Old war wounds by the looks of them.
You see that, elf? That's Magister flesh. Loyal flesh that's made sacrifices for a true cause. You have more in common with insects and vermin than you do with me. I'm exactly where I need to be, elf. Helping my true brothers, however I can. My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. The cook? Of course, of course. I had worked it out for myself, naturally. I was just about to present my findings to the Magisters. Well done, stranger. So it was an elf all this time. Perhaps the Magisters were right to remove my kind from their ranks. The fiend has faced justice, I assume.
The elf's face falls a little. The chase is over, and he remains outside the Magister ranks.
And did you tell the Magisters? Did you take the credit for solving the disappearances? I was a Magister once. It was my whole life. But elves were banished from the ranks. I had hoped maybe if I could solve this case for them, they'd let me back into the fold. No matter. Farewell, stranger.
I don't think you know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Back, sorcerer, back! Don't send me away. I'm not a dirty lizard. Get her, Dallas. Get that sorcerer.
Take some sorcery in the face, nasty Dallas. I'm going to send you to Fort Joy, you horrible sorcerer! You can stay there with the dirty lizards and Joe's mum until you're cured.
You, stranger! What are you doing here?
I'm Alexander. You're the sorcerer, Mary Lane.
Grumbling, the Magister turns back to her patrol.
One more time!
Hurts, doesn't it?
You're not trying to escape, are you?
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
You can't just charge in here and ransack my business.
There's a murder on the loose, and you're thinking about your business.
I have rights. You've no authority to storm in here like this.
We have the authority of 4 missing magicians. And if we suspect you're hiding their killer, we'll throw you in the damned river.
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He tries to ignore your presence, fails. He sighs.
See here. I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with Magisters, and our shipments to Arks are held up. Time is money. Don't waste my money. What do you want? Fish. This is a fish factory. I'm shipping fish to Arks. Now, please, there's the door. I suggest you use it. That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect. Do I? But you're right, you don't seem the type. The answer to your question is, unsurprisingly, a man in a house. A man in a house buys all the void-tainted fish I can send him.
That dark shadow crosses his face once more. He shivers.
Not that I've ever met the man. Not sure I want to, if I'm honest. Absolutely not. I don't give away sensitive information like that to anyone who just asks for it. And I don't keep it lying around, neither. That really is enough now. I'm asking you to leave. Good day.
He glances up, recognizes you.
I'm busy. Goodbye. If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work. If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work. Back to work. If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell me.
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad. I'm a salesman. I tinker. I fix things. I wonder. I buy and sell books when I can. I had nothing to do with those Magisters vanishing. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me. I have no idea. I only arrived in town a few days ago. I sold a few items to Grandmaster Kem in Arx and stopped off here on my way to Scythiel. I was just sitting in the tavern, minding my own business, and the Magister started screaming at me. I ran and, well...
You hear a quiet sob from the fish.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything.
There's a moment of silence from within the barrel. Some of the fish seem to shift uncomfortably.
I may have been studying some new scrolls I bought. They might have been, well, they called for sauce. But that doesn't mean I had anything to do with the disappearances. I'm a tinkerer. I'll fix things for a living. I would never hurt anyone. I don't know. It could be anyone in the tavern. None of them have any love for the Magisters. Please, all I know is it wasn't me. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen, but if you can get out of town, I can escape to Arx. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Thank you, my Lucian. 7 times divine, thank you. I'll follow your lead, but please, be careful. If the Magisters see me, I'm done for. And? What news?
There he is, just at you. You found him. Excellent. Now, stand aside.
The Magister steps forward with a smile and draws his weapon.
What? What? No, you said you'd help. You promised. You promised you'd get me out.
You utter fool.
Hurts, doesn't it?
nice.
Joe's a good swimmer.
Miss Joe's mum.
Wait, what is it? You lying? You said you'd get me out.
Easier.
I'll follow your lead.
You found him! Excellent. Now, stand aside.
The Magister steps forward with a smile.
What? No, you said you... You utter fool.
Doesn't it?
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
I won't surrender. I'll sorcery you. I'm going to send you to Fort Joy, you horror.
Stew! Oh, heaven! Why the devil is this store out in the open?
At last! I was sure I'd die in that wretched place. You have my thanks. If not for you, I probably would have been found, gutted and salted. I can't just saunter away. Who knows what might be lurking in a place like this? But once I'm sure the way's clear, I'm running to Ox like a cat with its tail on fire. I'm done with this stinking town. I've been asking myself the same thing. I was just enjoying some stew in the tavern, reading over my latest acquisitions, and then I was surrounded by magisters.
He hands you a damp scroll. In between the fish guts, it seems to give details of how to cast a powerful source spell.
Here, take it. That's the scroll that caused all this. I barely got out of there with my life. It must have belonged to one of their mission friends. They nearly lynched me then and there. They wouldn't listen when I tried to tell them that I got it from the cook. I thought she was an idiot selling it so cheap. Then again, I'm the dolt who ended up in a barrel. But if she has Magister artifacts, she must be the one they're looking for. Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not much of a sorcerer, but I have my connections. Hanag's a pretty powerful source master, incredible control of portals. I've never seen anyone bend space like she can. Last I heard, she was holed up in a house out in Paradise Downs, the farms to the north. There's more than a few magisters around those parts, though. She might still be there, might not. But I pity any red cloak that gets on her bad side. I swear, once I get to Ox, I'm going to have the bath of my life.
grateful that you
I'll
don't
stay
feel
out of
the
there,
need.
thanks.
Why the devil is this stall out in the open?
I'll stay out of there, thanks.
Occupied! Oh, unholy hells! Do I sound like I'm all right? That's what I get. Bloody tainted stew. Makes a little fish into some of my stew. Bloody mackerel must have been tainted. Save me, Lucian! Oh, heaven!
Not right now.
Oh, leave me!
Stew is good, if you're thinking of eating.
What can I get you? My dwarf.
The spirit smiles with contentment. She raises her hand in thanks. Its spectral fingers now restored. There's a glimmer of what might be a ring on one of them. She vanishes.
I know what you're getting, but Majesty says
What now? I've got a kitchen and a bar to run. Bloody with you. Somebody should have taught her a little decorum.
We wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods. May the seven usher us to paradise against all odds.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
Come, sister. What did you think was gonna happen?
Better get out there before Mortis makes it all the way past Arks.
Tell the truth now. Who was it?
I asked you for a man, not a note.
He takes the letter from your hands and reads it quickly, face hardening with anger as he reaches the end.
Bloody goddamn spit-sucking weasel! This is bad. Not just for me and mine. Not just for you and yours. This is bad. For everyone. Hell if I know, but it don't sound good. Seems as though Mortis wasn't mine after all. Trouble is, I don't know whose he is.
You're making this much harder than it needs to be.
Of course. That's why I haven't heard from the cave. Sabotage. Listen up, I need your help. We all do. Mordus has his hands on something dangerous. Something I was trying to protect us from. Not just my folks. The whole damn realm. Look, me and mine, we move classified cargo. Take it right off Magister ships and put it into the hands of those that will use it rightly. Trouble is, we came across something no one ought to have. Not the Magisters, not my folks, not the gods themselves. I ordered it to be destroyed. I guess Mordus, whoever he's working for, wants it for themselves. That can't happen. The less you know, the better. Trust me. Stop Mordus and I'll take care of the rest. My people had an operation up in the caves outside town. Good access to red ships and plenty of privacy too. Haven't heard from them in a couple of days now. I thought maybe we'd lost the messengers to Voidwoken in the hills, but now I think it's worse than I thought. I bet my lucky left foot Mordus is in the cave. You've got to get to him before he gets his hands on that cargo. Pray to whoever you pray to that it ain't too late. Finally, someone with a little sense around here.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Give me your map. I'll show you where we were operating, where I think Mordus will be. I don't want to know what'll happen if he gets what he's after.
Did you know our arena champion's a bloody cheat, stranger? Murga tripped me and bit off my earlobe before the fight. If you ask me, the fact that Murga caught a Voidwoken just proves she's using dirty tricks.
Down for a little scuffling and tussling? Let's see if you got some fight in you.
Bye.